Hey, have you heard of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Of course, who hasn't?
Exactly, but today we're discussing the Karan Johar Cinematic Universe.
Is there even one?
We will find out because it's amazing. And guess who's the god of that universe?
Karan Johar.
Yes, that's right.
Karan Johar actually IMDb पे उसके 10 फिल्म है I think, like where he has been director. But the films that everyone knows about are कुछ कुछ होता है, कभी खुशी कभी गम, then this thing कभी अलविदा ना कहना, Student of the Year and ए दिल है मुश्किल. Correct. And these are the big films जो उसने direct किए. But now I think we should talk about what are the common factors in these films. Correct? Because I think that's the most logical, मतलब सबसे logical way to go about this is finding what is common.
So basically, what we are trying to do here, we are trying to define a Karan Johar film.
Correct.
Like
what are
definition.
the elements जो एक magic potion में to make a Karan Johar film,
you put
कौन
it.
से elements उसमें डल जाएंगे, ठीक है? So there is a love triangle, which is I think commonality in all his films.
Correct. Like for example, if I just walk onto the road, किसी को hey bro तूने Karan Johar film देखा है तो बोलेगा हाँ, फिर वो पूछेगा कि ओके तो डिस्क्राइब कर, बोलेगा कौन सा, बोला नहीं जस्ट डिस्क्राइब रैंडम Karan Johar film. So I feel first things first that comes to anybody's mind is कि it will have tons of characters.
Correct. Correct.
Already leaning towards the universe theory.
Yeah.
है ना? कि there are like tons of characters that you have seen, like half of like then the whole film industry has to be casted into it. Like,
yeah, and everyone well known obviously because we have to live up to the Karan Johar standard, right? So love triangle will be one of them. There's never like just मतलब hero और heroine का love story नहीं चल रहा है. Karan Johar films are mostly love stories, like that is fine.
Correct.
तो hero heroine और दूसरी heroine is usually how it goes.
Correct.
Like अभी तक I have seen, which film is there where there are 2 heroes, 1 heroine of Karan Johar?
No, Student of the Year.
Correct.
Student of the Year.
So that's where he flipped it on his head.
Correct,
right?
correct.
So he got, but still a love
Wait,
triangle.
so basically Student of the Year is 2 guys, 1 girl.
Correct.
ए दिल है मुश्किल is 2 girls, 1 guy.
Yes.
Or I feel we are discussing the wrong thing.
No, but it's an important element of a
Correct.
Karan Johar film. See, ठीक है, कभी खुशी कभी गम was little different.
Correct.
But कभी खुशी कभी गम still had other tropes that he likes to perpetuate,
Correct.
right? So it had that doting mother trope.
हाँ,
That
मतलब
is there in all his films.
कि mommy loves you.
Mommy loves the hero and the hero has a mommy issue.
No, it doesn't have mommy issue. Basically कि the full force है, mom will be like कि जो करना है करो, I am with you, that vibes.
हाँ, और अब तो आपकी पूजा करूंगी type vibes actually. It is
okay.
more that. Because see, कुछ कुछ होता है had Farida Jalal. Actually, the कुछ कुछ होता है film was based on that mom's love thing only ना actually. Because that Rani Mukherjee died. And she was like, no, but then you should get another mom who your dad really loves. Right? So, मॉम ट्रोप, ठीक है. कभी खुशी कभी गम तो was filled with मॉम ट्रोप. मतलब जया भादुरी I was saying, जया बच्चन उसको immediately पता चल जाता है कि शाहरुख खान has reached home and he steps into their property which is acres big. Acres big. दूर से आ रहा है वो. And she immediately comes to know she has that. So that is...
Hey man, to be honest, on that trope, there is some scientific proof to that.
No way.
No, really, I kid you not. There was a Russian... So during the Cold War, I kid you not, that part of Karan Johar film, I will defend only because there was a legit experiment during the Cold War when the Russians and everyone was trying some random shit to communicate. So what they realized is there is some sort of communication between mother and child. And dude, it is a dark ass experiment. So what they did is they took baby rabbits on submarines. I kid you not, like baby rabbits on submarines, they put them all over the world and they monitor the mother on land. And then they killed a baby rabbit. And every time the baby rabbit died, they could sense a change in the mother rabbit that was there somewhere in like deep Russia. So that part of Karan Johar is probably true.
What the fuck?
See, what I'm trying to say is the mother sensing stuff and this thing. I mean, it actually has some basis on it.
चल ठीक है, okay. Given.
I know you're not expecting that, but I just saying.
Yeah, now I have
The mother trope is still a part of Karan Johar film, but mother realizing stuff about kids, weirdly enough, has scientific basis to it. And a Cold War experiment.
Yikes. Okay. Moving on. So that's the Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum angle, right? Then in Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna also, matlab, there has to be that character has to be there, even if it's not a main part of the story, right? Somewhere or the other, the parents are involved.
Correct.
Because usme to apna Kiran Kher and Amitabh Bachchan are there, and they are trying to see, you know, कि क्या कर सकते हैं हमारे बच्चों के लिए types, you know, वो सब हो रहा है, ठीक है. बट वो पेरेंट्स का, मदर का, फादर का, सबका एंगल आता ही है. इट्स अ कंपल्शन दैट हैज टू बी.
So actually, I tell you what. Let's go back to the Karan Johar recipe. ठीक है. Now you're doing a Karan Johar film. You need intense mom figure, is what you're saying.
Yes.
But some films you're saying have intense dad
figures. Yeah. See, like how he took that trope of the two heroine and one dude.
No, actually, I know what it is. See, if it is mom figure, she's super loving, but she's also like full traditional vibes, right? But if there is fun dad, he's super fun loving.
There's no in between. Like the dad is either super disciplinary or super fun loving. Like disciplinary, like in Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, you can't marry outside of what I want and whatever.
Correct.
Nonsense.
The full patriarch.
Or it's the complete opposite. And I think, to be fair, that patriarch dad thing has definitely been perpetuated first by Mohabbatein, which is not a Karan Johar film, Aditya Chopra, but Karan Johar draws a lot of influence from.
Correct.
So that is definitely the beginning of that whole scene. ठीक है. So that then ऐ दिल है मुश्किल. ऐ दिल है मुश्किल चल ठीक है. I'm going to give it like a little pass because that movie was about a lot of random bad things. So I think ऐ दिल है मुश्किल, since it's Karan Johar's like current, like the latest one, I'm just going to be like I'm just on the fence about it.
Correct. So here's the thing, but how do you, like, so for example, you're saying Ae Dil Hai Mushkil didn't have like the normal Karan Johar things, yet it's a Karan Johar film.
Yes.
Why?
Because it already has that first trope. It has the love triangle.
Correct.
And now we are coming to the next thing. In that whole recipe, if you are making a magic potion, which is going to make a Karan Johar film, it completely unrealistic living conditions.
Correct.
Completely. You can never relate to the living conditions of a Karan Johar character. You can relate to them because of what they are going through. Correct. To some extent. On a very minuscule level. Like in this scene, he's going through heartbreak and I have gone through that.
Correct.
That's how I relate to a Karan Johar character. But on the whole, I can never relate to a Karan Johar character because the living conditions are absolutely unrealistic.
Correct. So here, you know, I want to say, so for example, I'll go back to the part we're talking about ki Karan Johar film, how does it made?
Correct.
ये बनता कैसे है? So there's one way of looking at it कि recipe है. The way I see it is that Karan Johar has I would think that Karan Johar has a camera in his brain. Think about like he has a brain, which is looking into another world. Which is like a parallel dimension of our world.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Jahan pe everything is like everybody has a lot of money, things are great, everybody is well dressed, everybody looks good. You know, like so basically I feel that there is an access to an hyper reality.
Right.
Right. So the point is, so Karan Johar now has a camera in his brain. I'm going to not stop saying that. Imagine that he is now looking through that camera and shooting. Right?
And he's taking
notes. Exactly. And then he's making all these films in that sort of universe.
Correct.
Right. And that universe is what is where all his films are set. Right. So here's what I think. I think that universe is like a hyper reality. Everything is awesome. And there's another reason why I think people, because I think it's on the opposite of the end of the spectrum. I think people relate to Karan Johar films a lot. Like whole families go, everybody go. Because the thing is, if there's any problem and difficult topics that are being talked about in the Karan Johar universe, they are in such a strange hyper reality that I'm never offended.
Got it.
Like the same things, if you made it too real or too much in Indian society, I think some of those stuff will cause some real scandal.
Yeah, for sure.
It's almost scandalous. But then how do you talk about, say, quote unquote, like love triangles and other scandalous shit without causing any like offense to anyone?
Got it.
Just throw it in another planet. And literally half the films are in other planets.
Yeah.
So like, how do we put people like, oh, I want to show fashionable people and I want girls to be in tiny clothes. But how do we do it? Put in another country. Problem ही नहीं है. right? Which was that film? I think it was Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum only. That suddenly they're in London and all the clothes have become super tiny.
That and
Problem
the way
nahi
they
hai.
showed it was that Hrithik Roshan goes there to study.
Correct.
And that's also where Rahul and Anjali go when they get separated from the family.
So here's the thing. So I feel what makes a Karan Johar film is actually the fact that there's a constant relationship to this hyper reality that by and large we just shifted into another country, right?
So you're saying that another country is the dumbed down version of the reality that he is seeing in his
Correct.
brain.
No, I think it's a basically there is something too problematic now that he wants to discuss. Like for example, the movie he directed, My Name Is Khan. He's talking about this world where Muslims are being persecuted because of like religious issues and this thing, but otherwise things are really chummy and this thing. But here's the thing: making that film set in India would be hugely problematic. Right. So how do you create like this beautiful aesthetic world in the story where institutions kind of sort of work, everybody looks good and this thing, just push it into another country.
Yeah.
So I feel what Karan Johar does is he's looking at a universe that is hyper, like, with realism, and then he makes it hyper realistic. It's like taking aesthetics and pushing it to the extreme. सब कुछ ही सुंदर होना चाहिए, पेट भी सुंदर रहेगा, कपड़े भी वैसे रहेंगे, everything is this thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the idea is actually of what you are saying. Idea is कि it is only relatable till the characters, beyond which I don't want it to relate.
And it's not even actually the characters. It's just what is happening, what the situation that the characters are in is.
Correct.
Not their environment, not the character itself.
Correct.
But the situation that they are in.
But so I mean that, and you're right, and that's super important. See, for example, if you made them working class stiffs, right, and if they have working class problem, then it becomes a political film automatically. Right? If our heroes are doing real world jobs or are working class, you can't avoid it becoming a little bit like political. Right?
Matlab you have to show some current affairs, something that is.
So you have to to navigate that is complicated.
Haan.
But if you're in this beautiful hyper reality where everything is great, not only is the audience getting a chance to see stuff they want to see but can't justify otherwise. Like, oh, everyone's pretty and like, all of that, and be like, of course, it's a Karan Johar film, right?
Yes, perfect.
Right.
Correct.
The other thing is, I think what the other place is, the universe through which he is kind of drawing all this information, all his scripts, is a perpetual musical.
I believe that.
But not just any other musical. I'm talking about literally Broadway style music.
Right, everything is a song. Like everything.
See, as it is, India came from that sort of thinking that we get songs and this thing.
Because of a theatre and like all our.
Correct.
Everything is one
But
thing.
this kind of aesthetic that he got with, what was the first film he directed? Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Feels like a Broadway musical aesthetic melded into Bollywood.
Right.
कि वो सीधा ऐसा ब्रॉडवेज में जाके देखा तो fuck, I love this scene. And this whole modern version of a musical and just plugged it in.
Correct. And another thing about this hyper-real sort of thing is, how particular, see now, obviously as filmmakers, you have to be particular about your shots, right? Like we don't have to explain that in any way, shape or form. And obviously every director is particular about what kind of shots he's creating and stuff. But in Karan Johar's case, drawing from your Broadway musical thing, he really makes his every shot or every set like a play. Matlab, for example, he did one of the shots in Lust Stories. Correct? That one, she is shown like that whole family, whatever the two families that they have, and like she gets married and then she's in that house.
Correct.
They have been shown as middle class people.
Correct.
ठीक है, but the house is so curated. It feels like a top interior designer came and she was like, सब antique furniture रहेगा, सब. I'm saying she because that's my stereotype. But like, सब ये रहेगा, antique furniture रहेगा, and everything should be like in shades of orange and pink and like stuff
Correct.
like that. And no middle class household is like that.
Correct.
But this particular dressing style is theatre.
So I think first of all, I feel in like the Karan Johar universe, the only poor people are the people who used to be rich. So that's the house of used to be rich people, is as far as that thinking can go. And secondly, I feel, like I said, that vision of a place comes from an idea of a perfect house. Right? It's an ideal version. Say अगर मुझे middle class घर बनाना है, a normal middle class house is kind of boring, might be uninteresting or whatever. So what is actually being created is a fictional version of a middle class house with top aesthetic quality. Like, अरे अगर हमको middle class करना है क्या करेंगे, ये सब डाल देंगे. So although you're using antique furniture, which is like ridiculously expensive or just being lying around, then they add a few other elements of cheaper stuff to be like, acha nahi, they don't have that much money. But the idea is that to create a ideal middle class house, maybe the idea is,
matlab every middle class house should aspire to be this middle class house.
Correct.
Like somehow, I don't know.
Correct.
It looks like a high maintenance, high class house, but every middle class house should. This is the aim.
But that's the thing. To be honest, if you actually go and check out say older houses, right? So they'll have like this weird wooden look or wooden finish, or they have like this antique furniture stacked in. They just took it, cleaned it up, and put it there. So it's like, think of it as, you know what, man?
Full upholstery badal diya.
No. I think you know what it is. If a person who's never been in middle class, like if you're an anthropologist from like another planet, and you're like Indian middle class ki upar, I want to make a diorama.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah,
and everything is unused. Like everything is not unused condition. Yeah, exactly like a diorama. Like unless you're making like a really specific diorama, ki this is like whatever.
So a diorama is like basically like a model scene. Like people make those tiny models. So वैसे middle class diorama है वो. It's like I have never seen middle class, but I've gone and I'm trying to make like what would be the version, like how I would present middle class India in a museum.
Yeah. Like this is a brand new chair.
Nah.
And when it gets, this is the kind of chair that's used in a middle class house. Yeah. But this is the brand new one.
Correct.
And I'm going to present it like it's been in a house which has been lived in for 25 years.
Correct.
That's what it is really. Like actually all Dharma films are like this. So obviously people who don't know, Dharma Productions is the one that is Karan Johar is running Dharma Productions, right?
Correct. So
that's his film house.
Karan Johar's production company is called.
Correct. And this has been a running critique of Dharma Productions actually. Like the smallest thing. Like have you you must have heard of this movie called Okay Janu. It was a remake of that कौन सा Tamil film था?
Okay Kanmani.
Yes. So it had Aditya Roy Kapoor and that Shraddha Kapoor.
Correct.
Right? And one of the smallest critiques that I read about that film, and it's very true, is that Shraddha Kapoor is always shown like roaming around with this like perfect little bag and like very colorful and you know like typical like Karan Johar stuff in general. And it feels like it's never been used. It's brand new.
Correct.
Shining and everything. सिर्फ टैग निकाला है उसका.
Correct.
टैग भी निकाला है पता नहीं मतलब. That is like the minutest critique that his films usually get.
So here's the thing. Some people will look at it and be like, I don't know, is it like over-analysis or whatever. But the idea is that what are we looking? And this is why I feel that all Karan Johar films are part of like one universe. Because in that universe it makes sense.
In that universe everything is a part of a diorama.
Exactly. So now I feel, now that universe makes sense because that universe is essentially the perfect universe. Which, by the way, so if I don't know if you're like into philosophy or anything, but what the cool thing is, so there's a term for this in philosophy. It's called the world of forms. Literally, there's a belief that there is on another plane everything that is perfect. So I think, and they say the plane that where everything is perfect was actually created by God, or like the master creator created the place where everything is perfect.
Correct.
So
and that is what Karan Johar is looking at through a keyhole.
Correct.
And that is his world of forms.
Correct.
It's not everybody's world of forms.
So in a way, Karan Johar is the god of his universe.
Correct.
So
makes sense.
Karan Johar is like, अगर मैं भगवान है, अरे वाह. So actually Karan Johar literally thinks कभी-कभी सोचता हूँ मैं भगवान हूँ.
Yeah.
Is valid to him. So he says, if I am God and this is my universe, things are going to look like this. because in his quote unquote worldview, because he's not trying to portray reality, he's building a universe. That's why when we say ki, oh, Karan Johar universe is not like ki, all the characters have like one storyline, but they could, because we have a theory for that as well. But the idea is that all of it literally is one universe.
Yeah,
and in this universe things look like this.
Yeah.
It has been shifted away from our reality on purpose. Is the point
Matlab, that is exactly the kind of world that he is trying to build, and everything fits into that world.
Correct.
Not into our world.
Yeah.
Makes
And
sense.
my second thing is ki it's on purpose.
Yeah.
So that you can tell
He's
whatever stories
very self-aware. He knows what he's doing, and he knows. In fact, I think that he knows that he's looking at the world, that world of forms in his brain through that lens, because he knows कि वो जो produce कर रहा है, whatever he's directing, उसका कोई ऐसे reality से मतलब नहीं है. The emotions are based on human emotions.
Correct.
All that is coming from his heart, not his brain.
So I think I feel so as things become like really extreme, right? Like if say for example I didn't want to take in like political consideration or social norms, because I feel in a lot of these films there's certain social norms that are being tackled on the side, but they don't really want to tackle it in a way that could cause friction. Works very well in this sort of hyper realistic Karan Johar universe, because in the Karan Johar universe you can talk about divorce, but it's not a big problem because it's happening somewhere outside, right? What was that film with Shah Rukh Khan and
कभी अलविदा ना कहना.
Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna? So now Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna could have easily be set in India. There is no reason for it to be set
outside.
But all its characters, if you just shift them into India, become characters that will be rejected by society, saying ki they're awful people, Indians are not like this. Literally, like for example, the dad Amitabh Bachchan, who's like the fun-loving guy, in that he's sleeping around, dude, with like younger women. Now that thing, if you put it in India, would have been, oh my god, what a freaky, you know what I think?
Matlab, and in the movie they got away with making it a comedy.
Ha ha ha.
Like
Yeah, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with
but,
it.
But the point is, you can't do that in the Indian context. You do the Indian context, that's creepy as fuck. People.
No, but that's what that clear. This thing like complete
This thing.
opposite is the Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum में अंजलि का dad जो था.
Correct.
Like he was like the epitome of what an Indian father is, right? So basically, what is his name? Aloknath.
Yeah.
So he, मतलब आलोकनाथ को ऐसे ही रोल मिलते हैं to start
Correct.
with, but he is the complete opposite of Amitabh Bachchan in Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna.
Correct,
Like
because
there
he's-
is
because the
because
point-
he's in
in
India.
India.
And he's not only in India, he's also poor.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's true.
But aesthetic poor.
Yeah.
So this is another thing, like part of this
So I feel for now on, you should start just referring it to like Karan Johar poor.
Karan Johar poor. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so that just makes it easier. So the point I was trying to make is that it's actually a very clever way.
Yeah.
Making these universes set so far apart from our reality, you can tell whatever story you feel like. For example, there's so many other stories. Like for example, we can discuss issues that normally would not be discussed, right? So much more easily, right? So for example, Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, you can
Infidelity, divorce.
correct, हाँ, and happening in other country तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता, हाँ होता है. NRI's lives are complicated because Indian society में तो infidelity और ये सब तो होता ही नहीं है. हाँ.
I feel like the way they have shown Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum's poor aspect is so outrageous. मतलब उनका shop है वो ठीक है, right? But the house they live in, like it's huge and it's like completely like very decked up and whatever, that Farida Jalal's house. Honestly, the first time I watched that movie, I kid you not, I was quite young when I watched that movie for the first time. It did not even occur to me once that Farida Jalal is not related to them.
Oh.
Like because she was working in their house, वो मेरे को थोड़ा बाद में पता चला कि अच्छा this Daijan is not like Daijan related Daijan. She's just someone they call Daijan because she's close to them or whatever.
Yeah.
Because the house that they've shown where she lives is outrageously big, like giant windows, nice upholstery, everything is obviously a set. Right, and then this Anjali is always like roaming around outside and she's dancing. all the like stuff is going on there. Mohalla is like full spick and span, full like rangoli ye wo. It's too much.
Correct. So
I don't think he knows what a Chandni Chowk ka mohalla looks like.
I think it's the opposite. I think he knows exactly what a Chandni Chowk
And he doesn't want to
it.
show it.
He's like,
He's
"मैं
like,
नहीं-
I reject this."
He's like, Uggs. This is so Uggs. This is not coming in my beautifully curated universe.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
good, I mean, good for him. See, he definitely has vision, right? And he has that complete access to his world of
think,
firms.
So I think I'd like to now start talking about how that this decision is basically, we know, okay, it's conscious decision to move away. So I think all criticism of Karan Johar films that lie on aspect of realism cannot apply.
Correct. Because
Don't
now
apply.
we have proved that
वही
उसका
वो अलग दुनिया है bro.
उसको नहीं चाहिए.
नहीं वो अलग दुनिया.
हाँ, उसको वो
Different.
रियलिज्म तो नहीं चाहिए.
Correct.
It's completely abandoned. It's
Yeah.
completely rejected.
Now the point is, the people watching the films who think it's realistic, I feel those people have issues.
Huh, but like for example, do you remember this? So Akansha actually has a friend who came to hostel for the first time. She was in a co-ed hostel.
Yeah.
And she came to that hostel thinking it was going to be like a Karan Johar film, like Student of the Year. Like people are like they are like competitions and like girls and boys are like what, and she was like, it felt like Akansha was saying it felt like she was wondering when people were going to start singing.
Wow.
And I was mind blown actually कि कैसे लोग think कर सकते हैं कि this is real.
So I think things get complicated is when people start thinking that the hyper reality is reality. Like if you don't have that distinction is when people's fuses get like blown. Because the thing is, for films like when you watch films like Student of the Year or whatever, it's all fun and good if you look at it and think of it as a vision of some other place. It's like,
And you don't take it on like complete first like face value. I think that is what the film is supposed to be.
so my point is, you can take it full on, enjoy it at face value, enjoy it whole thing, but think of it as though you're looking at a foreign location. They just happen to speak your language.
Got it, like
Yeah.
aliens.
Like aliens, yeah. Like it's like alag hi dunya. It's basically they have used elements that are familiar to us.
Right.
but
that
then-
are also in our world.
Correct.
Like
हमको
a
दिखाने
school.
की- Yeah, like yeah, school है. But उसमें और कुछ we don't care much about.
got
Right. The problem is that people look at it and go like, oh, this is how college should be like. You know what? Even I met somebody like that, right? Who thought कि college में, you know, we have to do. They get so caught up in their own internal struggles and this thing. It's like those people who watch Karan Johar films get attracted to this hyper reality. Then things get problematic. Because you can't be that devoid from actual reality. In real life, your dad is not a billionaire. College mein there are other things like, I don't know, studying and trying to get across. And life is essentially boring.
Right. Yeah.
You know, everyone is not going to be like, nobody has the time to be fancy.
Yeah. So,
And college mein we don't have like one art director going in and taking your like, नहीं ये गंदा दिख रहा है, change करो, तुम ये कपड़े नहीं पहन सकते. What is this? What's wrong with your style sense? There's no fashion police.
so this actually brings me to one of my theories. ठीक है कि how all these people are in one universe. We've already said
Correct.
कि you know ठीक है, this is another planet where all these people are dumped.
Correct.
And whatever this scene is going on. But I also think that Karan Johar's universe is one giant Truman Show.
Wow, I like this one.
So basically, these people may or may not be aware. I'm not going to say it's like exactly Truman Show, because in Truman Show, he was not aware that he was in, like, everybody around him knew, but he was not aware that this is all just a setup for him. Right? But in this theory, everybody may or may not be aware. Maybe some people are, maybe some people are not. But they get to choose कि आज मैं ये बनेगा. But because everything is curated and everything already exists as a set, there are only a bunch of things they can be.
Okay.
Like they can't get up tomorrow and say कि आज मैं beggar बनेगा. That is not
Right.
an option in this
Correct.
Truman Show. Option ही नहीं है because set ही नहीं है उसका.
Correct.
And that also explains why there are only few sets available. London, US,
Correct.
a very fancy Delhi, things like that.
Correct. Huh. So I think, I don't know about Truman Show, because I feel Truman Show के लिए it just be is it I don't know actually. See, Truman Show requires you to build an entire world, right? And then your camera is constantly filming incidents that are
Correct.
happening in it, right? So you're saying if there is like a dome of like Karan Johar ka little world, it looks like these places.
Right.
Because even Karan Johar's US and UK is highly curated, by the way.
Yeah. It's not like US is like this. It's not. US also is ugly, by the way. UK also has its ugly bits, but Karan Johar has curated that also.
Correct, yeah. And everyone's just like pretty as fuck.
Yeah. Also, Times Square is fucking huge and it's also all crowded all the time. Like it's a Bombay street crowded. So it's never going to be that you can get a hero shot and no one's in the shot when he's doing this. And ऐसे नहीं हो सकता Times Square में. Very curated.
Exactly. So like I said, कि वो अलग-अलग दुनिया से लेके Karan Johar has now made a planet.
Like his diorama,
Correct.
which is the first theory technically. But I think if you see in a way, these people who believe that this is real, you know that cave thing, na? The Plato and the cave theory.
Correct.
So what is it? Can you just explain it once?
Oh, okay, cool. So तो बहुत पहले एक बंदा था Socrates करके, he was very philosophy, and he only said कि there is one perfect plane. Then उसका punter था, his name was Plato. फिर Plato बोलता है कि bro, all of us, since we can't see the perfect form, we only see उसका diluted form. That is our reality, our sad, miserable reality is what is just, they are basically just shadows.
Correct.
Being cast, in the sense they're almost like shadows being cast from the perfect form. The way to imagine it is कि I'm in a cave and there's a light burning behind me. So I can only see the shadows of the world outside.
But he can't see the world.
Exactly.
Right? So my theory is that if there were 3 people in that cave and one of them escaped and saw the real world, that person is Karan Johar.
Okay.
And then he comes back and he's like, this is what the world is outside.
Correct.
I just want to let you know. From the 2 people that are remaining, one of them is like us, this is not real. And one of them is like, really? Wow, I also want to see and live in that world. And that is people like Akanksha's friend from college.
So the thing is, but according to what do you call, say, Plato and Socrates, right? You're supposed to be like the person that really, I want to see the main form.
Yeah.
Right?
So again, for Karan Johar, that is the ideal. Because these people will always watch his films.
So are we the ones who are trapped? Are we, you know what I mean? Are we the ones who don't
because
have...
that viewer who believes all this is Karan Johar's ideal.
Correct.
That he wants these people because they are people who always watch his films.
I think in that analogy, Karan Johar is God.
Yeah, of course.
मुझे उसकी दुनिया में जीना है. I want... See, dude, if a Karan Johar film fan wants to be anywhere, what is his version of heaven? It is a Karan Johar film.
Yeah.
Wait, we have pushed this even further. Karan Johar is God.
Yeah.
And
correct.
if he is God, I want to be in his heaven, right? So essentially, it can be considered like a religion only. कि अगर dude, even people who are like big Karan Johar film fans, what do they aspire to? They aspire to live like his films,
correct,
right? Or be characters in his films, or have things like in his films.
Or have those things happen to them.
Correct.
Like, ki I will also fall in love and I will also, like, my heart will also break.
Correct.
And then this will happen and then she'll come back to me and things like that.
Correct. But aesthetically.
Only aesthetics.
Yes.
Nothing should be ugly.
Yeah. And
I can also not be ugly, by the way. That is a given. Like, if this person lives in an ideal Karan Johar world, he already thinks that he's not ugly or she's not ugly. Correct.
That's true. Cool. So now, actually, now in the sort of like what to me is also like super cool is the fact that when all these characters that are there in say Karan Johar, they all seem to be like recurring characters, right? Like they can be different time and places, their aesthetics, and they also like he also has like this same group of actors he likes to cast, right? Like it's like the same people. So the point is, if in this universe it's the same people over and over again in different roles, is it like they are being reincarnated? It's like they have been so the people keep saying कि you know what कि nepotism है ये है वो है वो एक ही लोगों को बार बार डालते रहता है. But isn't it worse? Like these characters are now stuck in like eternal torment.
They are actually stuck in characters, like not in even like in the film universe,
Correct.
they're stuck in characters. Like he's never gonna let go of that Shah Rukh Khan as Rahul. He's
Yeah.
never gonna let go of that Kajol as Anjali, because if
Correct.
it worked once, it'll work again.
Correct.
It will get those ideal audience followers to follow him.
Correct.
Right? And those people are stuck so hard in those characters. I 100% agree. Because even though Dilwale Dulhania is not a Karan Johar film,
Correct.
it's a Chopra film, right?
Yes, yes,
Yash Chopra. So, you remember that train scene,
Correct.
correct? Where he's holding out his hand and Kajol is
Okay.
running on the station trying to catch it. So, they have remade that scene multiple times in so many movies, especially if Shah Rukh Khan is cast.
Correct.
Especially if Shah Rukh Khan is cast. Like, for example, they remade that scene in Chennai Express, but Chennai Express was a comedy film, so
Correct.
they made it comedic.
Correct.
Shah Rukh Khan, right? Then they remade it in Kalank. I don't know if you've seen. It's a Dharma film.
Correct,
only.
correct. Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
But that is more intense. Like it's
Yeah.
very gritty and like very intense. But they remade that scene in that also. But उसमें Shah Rukh Khan नहीं था. But it's a Dharma film.
I don't know. Does Razi also have a train scene? That's also Dharma Productions, no?
Yeah.
Now I'm getting. Because there's so many of them. Now even I'm
Yeah.
getting confused.
Razi was directed by Meghna Gulzar, right?
I think so. Yeah. But it is also a Dharma film, though. Correct.
But yeah, only 2-3 women have directed his films, like
Correct.
Meghna Gulzar, Gauri Shinde, people like that.
Correct. Yeah.
So, but in Kalank also they remade, very intense. But what I was trying to say about being stuck in a character is that any director will see Shah Rukh Khan and be like, we have to remake the Dilwale ka scene. He has to do it. Matlab, he has no
So
option.
now that thing has now transcended. So all whatever these characters have done in the Karan Johar universe, now they have to do it in other places as well and other universes as well. Wow, what a weird cycle. So I think what's interesting about like overall films and just generally things is, what is a film? Film is nothing but say a dream that someone has conjured up, and then you kind of make it in reality and you show it to someone. It's interesting that if you actually lump all Karan Johar films together, you actually understand what his dream state is.
Right.
Like this is a dream world.
His world of forms.
Correct.
You come to know what he is seeing.
Correct. And to be honest, when everything is said and done, I think it's a half decent world. You know what I mean? Like when everything is done, I find it half decent because I understand because I've already agreed to the fact that they're not trying to portray reality.
Yeah.
So
and he knows, like he himself has said that the reason why I have people like Shagunji and stuff like that on my team is because I will never be able to make a film like Kapoor and Sons. I won't.
Correct.
And that's why I need people like that on my team. Because it's such a good film that it needs to be made.
Correct.
I will support it. You have my Ashirwad, but I won't make it.
Correct.
Because that's not my world of forms.
Correct. Exactly. So, but what's nice is that everything resolves in these worlds, unlike in reality where it doesn't. You know what I mean?
And that's where the biggest fallacy in this, like if you are a follower of Karan Johar and you are that person in that cave
Correct.
who is like, this
ये
world,
दुनिया में रह रहा है.
I want to live in that
हाँ,
world.
you can only dream here. You can only dream. You can't live here. And I think that's the biggest takeaway. Like if you like Karan Johar films and you love those characters and say, understand that world is a wonderful dream. But don't live there, man.
Yeah,
Don't
so
live there.
it's weird because we have proved that Karan Johar films are one universe, but we've gone so much ahead of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
I feel like our original idea now was like a
Cute one.
cute little
Yeah.
piece of the biscuit.
Yeah, I don't know where we went. We talked about dead rabbits also.
That was kind of upsetting.
But it's true though. Mothers can sense that. That's a story that's for another podcast. So again, I hope you had fun with this podcast. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please give us your comments, man. We need more comments. Like really, we want
Do
to know
you
what you
agree?
think.
Do you disagree? Are you an ideal follower or
Yeah.
are you a cynic?
Correct.
We
Or I
want to know.
Man, I feel what I really want to know is like, what is like when you look, what do you expect when you go to see like a Karan Johar film?
That's true. What do you want from it?
Correct. And like let's tell us and we'll try and figure it out. Yeah. I mean, not like I won't make a Karan Johar film. I'm just trying to say that if you figure it out and tell us how would you make a Karan Johar film? That'd be great.
That
Yeah.
would.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Hey, So, welcome to a new segment. It's Anurag Says, Anurag Does. It's for all of you guys who made it to the end of the video. And this is especially, this one is a special for our commenter, Zeba Monin. Thank you for staying till the end of the video. And she wants me to say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And I fucked it up. I'll say it again. It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. No, again. Damn it, this is harder than I thought. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Had to be slower, but yeah, there you go. So now, since you're the awesome people who made it till the end of this video, I will say or do anything you tell me to do within reason. Of course, I'm not gonna jump off a building because I love me. So be nice, comment, and this is just for you guys, the great guys, the best people, the best of the best, the greatest, only the ones who made it to the end.